Morning, folks. Having a rough time with this camera. 2 batteries in a row trying to start this morning, and neither one of them had a charge in them. I think the camera's fault is the batteries are getting old. But yesterday we went up on the mountain, and I'm having kind of a rough time with this camera. This is the 3rd attempt to even start it. Both my other batteries are dead, and that ain't really the camera's fault. The batteries are getting old. Some of them are like 4 cameras ago that were new. But anyhow, yesterday... Good morning, folks. This is the 4th attempt to start this video. And the 2nd camera. And this battery is no good either. I had 2 batteries that are no good, and then the camera kept shutting off halfway through, and so, man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to break down and get another one. I just don't know which one to get. So, anyhow, this camera, it has problems also, or I wouldn't have given up on it. But it's working better than that other one. Can't believe I dropped that. It just slipped out of my hand, and well, it ain't working quite right. Anyhow, so this thing, I put it together, which is easy. All you gotta do is, it's got a pin with a clip on it, and you put that auger on there, and then you put gas in it. It's a 50 to 1 chainsaw gas mix, which is what I use in my saws anyway. I already had some. So I put it in there, and I started it up. I was a little bit worried about losing an arm. Those things are not safe. But I found out that if you go slow and careful, it has like a bicycle brake grip handle. If you go slow and rev it up when it needs to be and let off when it feels like it's going to bind up and rip your arms off, it's really not too terribly bad. And I built this yesterday. It's not completely finished. Drilled 2 holes, and I had a little bit of trouble because I got a tree on either side of it, and there was some roots, and I thought, well, this would be a good test for this thing. And I didn't really have that much trouble. I ended up, this digging bar has like a cutter blade on it. And I sharpened that up somewhat so I could chop through a tree root or 2. And actually it did okay. So I'm not so sure I got to worry about that as bad as I thought I did. Man, if they do bind up and spin around, it can hurt you fast. But I think as long as you're careful, I think it's probably okay. But the way I see it, a hitch rail like that, it should be illegal anywhere in the western United States, if not the whole United States, to not have a hitch rail in front of a saloon. Even though this is a pretend saloon, it's not a commercial one or anything like that. I still need to go get some lag bolts or some nails or something and pin it down. I think when I'm done, I'm going to get some rawhide, if I don't already have some, and lash the post. I think that would look pretty neat, and it would help hold it on there too. But yesterday, in between rainstorms, I started this, and then Cindy says, "You want to go for a drive? I feel like going up the mountain." And I thought, man, I need to go up the mountain. I've been wanting to and just haven't had the time. And it was raining, and it was Saturday, so I thought, well, yeah, let's go. We went up the road here called Diamond Creek, and it's like a 30-40 mile loop, probably. They've been doing a lot of logging up there this summer, and I haven't been up there all year. It's sad to see, you know, they've taken out a lot of timber in a lot of good places. One of the spots that I think the first one I show on here, I shot an elk there a few years back, a cow elk, and that ridge is where the elk kind of like to hang out. And now the timber's gone, they probably won't be there anymore. What's that?
The wind's really going to go whipping through here now.
Yeah, it is. Go back. Oh, he is. Only got one horn, looks like. He does only have one horn. Can't zoom in either. It's kind of weird. Wonder why he only has one. Quite a few deer there, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah, look at that. Only one horn. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Now my battery's dead. I would still rather see them log that off than to have it go up in flames and burn and be no use for anybody. You know, at least these trees are going to go to make 2x4s and 2x6s and people's homes, you know, instead of just smoke. So, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about the whole thing. I wish they had done this years and years ago, and if they had not stopped logging to begin with, I don't believe we'd have that big forest fire we had back here. We wouldn't have had the fuel for that forest fire. It's ugly, for sure, to have clear cuts and things, but in the long run, I think it's better. You know, there's a lot of trees and things and plants that need fire to germinate the seeds. Lodgepole pine, I hear, is one of them. And lodgepole is my favorite type of tree. I mean, as far as firewood goes, and I want more lodgepole. But there's no reason why slash burns and things like that they do later on anyway wouldn't do the same thing. I wouldn't think. If a forest fire gets too hot, it sterilizes the ground and nothing will grow there except for weeds for years. If it burns over fairly quickly, that's a help. That puts nutrients back in the ground, puts carbon and different things back into the soil that it needs, and that's a good thing. The ranchers here, almost every one of them, every spring they burn their hay fields, and that's the reason for it. It gets rid of some of the weeds and it puts nutrients back in the ground. So fire can be a good thing as long as it's a controlled fire. These big giant ones in Spokane, that guy started that one over there, and I mean, be quite honest, I hope they hang that guy. He burned over 500 homes, several businesses. I had it on my phone. I should look it up again. If I can find it, I'll show you. But why did he do that? There was no good reason for it. It was just pure flat out meanness and stupidity. There's no way to justify that. And he took away at least 500 families' homes, and all they had. I mean, you can only grab so much, especially when the fire is on your doorstep. And they lost family pictures, they lost important things. I'm sure a lot of guns and stuff, things that mattered to them. It's gone. And for why? Just because somebody thought it'd be kind of fun to throw a match in the grass? No. There's no way to justify that. Anyway, I heard my phone beep. I don't know what that is, but I gotta go back down and start in on my fairgrounds stuff. I wanted to get this kind of out of the way because none of the stuff I'm going to do today is of any sort of interest. I have weeds to chop. The boss got a hold of me this morning. He wants me to start those field pipes back on the field that we cut the hay off of, so that it's green and hopefully no fire danger for the fair. So I got to start irrigation pipes. I got to chop weeds. I got to plow the racetrack and the rodeo arena and change some points on the plows, and nothing really of interest. I don't know this hitch rail a whole lot better, but it's a little better in my book. Woohoo! It's raining. Look at that water running off the roof. Really need to get some rain gutters here. Coming down good. Glad to see it. As long as there's no fires started by lightning, I'm happy. See you folks tomorrow.